chill music tonight, so that way it's nice and relaxing for everybody. Good morning. How is everybody today? I hope everybody's doing okay today. Oh gosh. I'm doing good. I'm turning on my music now for stuff that you all can't hear on stream because it's copyright. I gotta have my jams. But welcome everybody to the stream, to the art today. It's been a bit since I did an actual God OC art stream, and I just really felt like I needed to do that. So, yeah. This is my baby girl, Irie. I love Irie. I don't get to do a whole lot with her, but she's been very interesting. We're gonna do some sketch cleanup, some sketch refinement, and then we're gonna start actually doing line art, color, and color grading. I actually haven't nailed down her color palette quite yet, which means that this is going to be pretty interesting. Even I don't know exactly how this is going to turn out. I just know that my baby girl is adorable. So, and I'll talk a little bit about her as we're working here, because I think she's one of my favorite OCs to yap about. I have a lot of OCs. I don't get to yap about them all. She's very adorable. She's very interesting. She's from a campaign that I play in on Sunday. And in that campaign, she's a... how do I put it? It's a magical girl campaign, right? And one of the interesting parts about that is that it's a campaign in which it's kind of the idea of what if when you stopped being a magical boy, magical girl, a maho, whatever, you wound up losing something. In this case, Irie here is very interesting. Irie has lost pretty much all of her emotions. I think last session one of the other PCs described her as a robot, which is pretty apt, I think. I'll talk a little bit about her unique situation too, but she's sheep and chains themed. I kind of went along when I was figuring out what I wanted to do for her concept wise. My brain basically went, well, what can I do here? And I kind of figured a younger version of her is very, how do I put it? It's dream concept. So, like, that sounds really weird when I say it. This is how I figured out the general concept was, I kind of started from a base concept, which was, I wanted to do something with dreams, because her little mascot animal is a sheep. You know, counting sheep is, you know, a pretty common euphemism for dreams, or going to sleep. And you know, when you're sleeping, you don't have any emotions, or if you do, they're trapped in dreams. So nightmares, dreams, a little bit of that. So for this design where she's all grown up, which I might draw her younger self at some point. I don't know when or if I will. But I do know that that specific design was a lot more like Yume, very soft and sweet, and a lot more gentle, I guess. But this version of her is very themed after like nightmares, I guess is the best way that I could maybe describe it. At least that's my at least that's how I've concepted her in my head, is I wanted it to be kind of a juxtaposition of dreams and nightmares. So instead of, you know, fluffy sheep, I went with these bigger ram horns, and I have kind of broken down the silhouette a little bit to be a bit more mature. There's going to be a lot of chain imagery in here. It's cool. I love her. She's a very fun character to get to do stuff with. So I'm excited to do stuff with her. But she is a magical girl. She's a very unique sort of magical girl. Her magical ability, or her like concept for how her ability works, is she mimics. So she has these, so if she sees somebody do something, she can basically pull that person's, I guess in a way it might be like, but I have some masks in the background here. It's kind of like putting on a mask and changing, your capability into that other person. If that makes sense. Seems interesting. Looking forward to how she looks. Thanks. I'm looking forward to it too, because I don't think I've actually finished a piece with her before. So it'll be interesting to get to that point. I think she's a character that I'm pretty invested in. I think she's neat. Kind of like Majora's Mask. In a way, yeah. I feel like that's probably a fair, I feel like that's a fair way to put that concept, yeah. I feel like Majora's Mask is probably a very solid jumping point for something like that. It's mimicry. So, like, say somebody shoots, like, a beam or something like that. She can then, in turn, do the same thing that she saw somebody do. So she doesn't have any real, in a way, like, on top of not having any, like, emotions, she doesn't really have her own skill set, I guess. I guess that makes sense, yeah. It's like skill set, and then, you know, if you don't have those, you kind of don't have a, if you don't have any personality and you don't have any emotion, it's kind of hard to, form, especially in a setting like this setting is, where it's very much focused on how emotion affects somebody. Actually, my favorite part. I love drawing horns. I love drawing horns. I need to draw horns more often. I don't often get to. Something I've been looking forward to. Also, I'm just a little bit sleepy. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to be too sleepy today. I want to be at least a little bit engaging. So one thing that's really interesting about horns, at least the way that I draw horns come in these like really unique sort of segments where they kind of that to be larger. I want this to be come out further. Horns grow in these segments, which I think is really unique. And I've always been really weirdly good at drawing them. Basically, each segment of a horn is its own section of growth. So if I keep going here, and then these segments will kind of change depending on how they've grown. I have so many characters that have horns. I feel like this is a side effect of being a former Homestuck, that I just know how to draw horns. Or at least I can draw them pretty damn well. Actually going to just real quick that one in. I just really want this. It needs to look. I want it to be a softer sort of piece, but I also want it to be a little bit moody, I guess. I want it to embody that kind of listlessness that I'm looking for. Horn expert, for real though. Why do you think my horns look so good? I'm very good at horns. Homestuck taught me a lot of things. One of the biggest things Homestuck taught me is how to do horns. Which, you know, it's certainly a thing that I have been taught. You know. I feel like there's too much. I feel like this needs to be greater across. There's this one artist that I've been following for a bit now, and I can't remember their name. But I like all their pieces. I'm actually probably gonna go look them up real quick for the sort of atmosphere that I'm looking for. I like a lot of their art. I think I repost? Retweet? Yeah, those words. I repost, retweet a lot of their art too. I'm trying to remember their names so I can kind of point Sheena Nashina. You guys have probably seen them on when I post stuff, but they have this really like kind of in their own style. If you go to their Twitter and you go to their media page and you look at some of their like posts, they post in this really like interesting style. There's another artist that I'm thinking of too. I'm gonna scroll real quick and find before I forget. There's another artist, not Sheena Nashina, but Sheena Nashina is one that I'm like really into. Where is it? Where? It's this little like. They have this like really specific style where everything feels very surreal. Like it's incredibly surrealist art, and I really like it. I'm trying to like find it actually, because now it's gonna bother me if I don't have it. Oh no. Been a while. I'm gonna find it though. I'm really cool and I'm gonna find it. I've gotta find it. It's gonna drive me insane unless I do. I need it in my life. It's this really like surrealist style. Where is it? I'm like on a mission now. I'm hyper fixated on this. I need it. I need to show it. I need to find it or else I'm gonna go insane. And I know I've reposted it before. I know I have. I know I have. I'm gonna give up in a second if I can't find it. But I know I have. But it's this like super surrealist style. It's like really heavy, stylistic anime style. Very filled with kind of these really unique sort of drippy details and corruption in this specific way that's like really entertaining for me to look at. Like it really makes my brain go, ooh, happy. And the fact that I cannot find them is going to drive me insane, actually. Aw, man. Okay, well, we're just gonna move on from here. I'm going insane. It's like a lot of it is this style that has like this really it's like high contrast in a very specific way, where everything is in this like it's almost like there's these muted colors that are like black and white, almost like grayscale, but they still have like a little bit of a pop of color to them, where they look very, how do I put it? Where they look desaturated, and then they have this kind of thing to them where they have this bright pop of these like really bright neon pinks and oil slicky sort of color. I've definitely shown it before. So that's why I'm like really sad that I can't find it. But I'm sure if I looked on my Skeb and I found artists that I'm following, I could probably find it, but I'm lazy. Let's actually just kind of keep going here. it's like this really high surrealist sort of style. It reminds me very much like glitchcore or Serial Experiments Lane-y. It's very Lane-y. Does that make sense? Describing something as Serial Experiments Lane-y make any sense? To anyone not into stuff like that? I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy, but I'm it's not helping. Fuck. You guys not seen Serial Experiments Lane? Aw, man, I gotta educate you guys. Lane is so good. I feel like that's like a really good indicator of what I'm trying to get at. It's surreal and yet like still muted. I need to find an example. I really do, because it's a oh god, it's a style that I'm like really into. And I'm frustrated. Does it come up if I... No. I need to find this. Now I'm just listening to... Let me open my Skeb real quick, actually. I can do it if I find it on my Skeb. I know what creators I'm following on Skeb. Following. No. No, I have. I know. I'll know it when I see it. Like this really specific style. I am determined to find it. They're like really cool. Wish I could find it, because again, it's all this like really surreal styling that I'm really in love with. And I feel like I've gone off on a tangent, but I feel like if I don't find it now, I'm gonna feel absolutely fucking insane from now on. I know exactly the style that I'm thinking of. And I've posted it before. Oh. Like, it's this so specific. I'm sure once I find it and I put it on stream, it'll be pretty obvious what I'm talking about. The issue is actually finding it, because now I'm realizing that maybe it's been longer than I thought since I reposted one of their pieces. Their pieces are really cool, and they live rent-free in my skull. They're so cool. Come on, bud. I know you're in here somewhere. I know it's in here somewhere. I just gotta find it. I gotta be so for real. I gotta find it, because I'm sure it's in here. I should know, because I'm the one who's obsessed with it. Did I post it in Discord? I might have posted it in Discord. Thank you for sitting with me, by the way, while I obsessively search for this one artist. While I go out of my way to try and find this one specific artist that embodies the exact sort of feel that I am really excited for. I like really need it. I need it injected like directly into my veins. So specific. It's so specific that I don't think like actually talking about it is going to do anything. Like, I can talk about it, but at the same time, when I talk about it, it's not gonna make any sense. Like, it will not make any sense until I actually show it off. I really hope that I have it somewhere in here. I'm thinking it's... I think I don't post it very often because, now that I'm remembering it, some of the themes for them can be kind of rough. There's a lot of concepting in here with just like heavy emotions, feelings, some like suicidal ideation, stuff like that. And that might be why I haven't posted anything of it. Yeah. I think that's it, but I think I know where it might be. Just gonna have to really scroll up on the arts chat to find it. Did I find it? I did! Ah, there it is! I'm a genius. I did it. Hold on. It's Hana Bita Mimic. Hana Bita Mink. Hana Bita Mink. I'll actually pop their Twitter in the YouTube. There's their profile there, so you can kind of take a look at that. Warning for disturbing imagery, but this like really highly stylized, specific sort of surrealism. It's very girly, but it's still like this really deep-seated horror and surrealist art that I'm just really in love with. I think that it looks 10 out of 10. It's one of those styles that I think really exemplifies what I really, really like about art. It has this like really uniquely feminine look to it. It's very uniquely pink and fluffy and what you would normally see out of art like that. But it also has this horror quality to it where it just looks like something out of a horror manga. And I'm so here for it that it's not even funny. If I could commission this person to draw me, I would do it in a heartbeat. I adore them and their style so much. But I really, really like it. It's this really unique, yeah! It's just really unique and really cool, and it's a style that I personally really want to really think is something that's like really cool, that I wouldn't mind maybe trying to embody a little bit more in my own art. I think that it's just neat. I just think it's neat. Hey, what's up? We're just talking art. I just shared one of my favorite artists a little bit while I work on Miss Irie here. it's gonna be kind of a chill stream. I'm not doing anything particularly crazy tonight. I'm mostly just trying to do some art because this character has no art. Happy Passover. Happy Passover to you too. Oh yeah, my tea adventure. I talked about it in the Discord. I don't think, and on Twitter, but I don't think I've had the chance to talk about it today, like, verbally. I've been having a tea adventure where I finally caved and bought some tea, and dude, I had no idea that tea could taste this good, and I'm a little bit sad about that. Like, I'm mostly mad at myself for not, like, giving it a fair chance. Not that I didn't give it a fair chance. I've had tea on multiple occasions, but I've never had tea that I've liked. Every time I've had tea, I've found it to be insanely gross and just tastes like bleh and bitter and bleh, and I didn't want it. But this time around, this tea has enlightened me into I had a friend over, and there's a local tea shop near where I live, and they do like tea, and they do a lot of mysticism, witchy stuff there too. And I had went to go get some stuff. She was like, let's stop in. I was like, okay. And I had originally just come to maybe see about getting a new tarot card deck, because I really wanted a tarot card deck. And I was genuinely surprised when they were like, oh, hey, do you want to try a free sample of this tea? And I'm like, okay. And they're like, it's strawberry. And I'm like, that sounds good, because I love strawberries. Strawberries are my favorite fruit. I will try anything that's strawberry at least once. That is a straight fact. I am a strawberry fiend. I love strawberries. There are very few things in this world that will keep me away from something that's strawberry. And I tried it, and I went, oh my god, that's so good. Surprise, it's fruit. I know, right? I was like, what the hell? I was like, ma'am, I was like, what is this? Is this tea? And she's like, yeah, it's tea. She's like, have you never been here before? I'm like, no, I haven't. And she's like, oh, she's like, do you not drink tea normally? And I'm like, no. And she's like, oh, she's like, well then here. She's like, let's get you, let's get this figured out for you so you can, enjoy it. I was like, fuck. So I left and, came back. And I had this, like, epiphany where I was just, like, sitting in the car today because I had to go wash car. And I was, like, sitting there. I was like, damn. I was like, I really want some tea. So I came back, and it was iced. It was iced tea. And I came back, and I was like, I would really like some of that tea. They're like, oh, what was it? And I was like, it was strawberry ones. They pointed me out to it. They handed it to me. And I was sitting there, and I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I don't have anything to make this with. Like, I don't have anything to steep tea with. I don't have anything to do this with. So I bought myself this cute little strawberry cup. It's this little strawberry cup, and it comes with, like, a lid, and it's got the like, little steeper basket in it. And the steeper basket actually sits over the lid. Or the steeper basket sits inside, and the lid can sit over the steeper basket, so it locks it all in. And then you can do all of the steeping in the cup, which is great because I don't need a whole lot of and I was absolutely shocked. Shock and awe was my moment for the day, and I went home and I put some tea in it, and I put my loose leaf tea in there, and I sat it in the fridge for a few hours. I was like, oh, I'll let it steep really nice, and I pulled it out, and it was just not quite sweet enough, so I put a little bit of sugar in, well, not really sugar, but Splenda in it, and yeah, I never expected it to go so well. I put a little bit of Splenda, and then I did, there's a lot of coffee in the house, so I did that, and then I did some, like, syrup, like vanilla syrup, because it's already vanilla-y. The, scent, keep wanting to call it a scent. The, flavor itself is very, like, vanilla-y to begin with. So I really wanted to, like, maybe make it a little bit more vanilla-y, if that makes sense. And I think I did pretty good at that, and it tastes great. Like, it tastes amazing. I'm very excited about it. But I have not been able to stop thinking about how good it tastes. Because it just was so miraculously delicious that I was just like, oh my god. What do you mean they can taste this good? It was a learning process. So anyways, I'm gonna go back, and that sounds good, yeah. I'm gonna go back soon and get some more, I think. And start to maybe get me a little collection of loose leaf tea to keep around the house to sip on. I have been converted. I'm no longer tea hater. I just don't like bitter tea, I found. That's the big thing. When I was, cause I grew up in a house that had tea pretty frequently. It's just when I had tea, it was like really bitter, like black tea. It was black tea that we would steep for a really long time, so it was super concentrated and super duper strong. And I had just like a bad experience with that because it just tastes so negatively to me. Like, I just do not like the taste of like darker bitter teas, apparently. They make my tummy upset too. I don't know what it is about my tummy. My tummy is like, oh no, you cannot. It is illegal to have that in your belly. And my tummy was like, oh no, you can't do that. So every time I drink tea, I'd get like really, really sick. Maybe the caffeine. Definitely not the caffeine. I can actually handle a good amount of caffeine. I don't know why it would make me sick. It would be like I would drink it and then I'd want to throw up. Like it would make me nauseous, which I have always heard is not normal for tea and definitely abnormal in general. But tea just always made me really, really nauseous. I don't think it was the caffeine because I am a bit of a caffeine fiend. I drink a lot of soda. I drink a lot of caffeinated beverages. So I don't think it was that. I just just think that, like, you've had bad tea leaves. I mean, it's possible. I wouldn't doubt it personally. The one tea that I tried that made me really sick, I actually went to a tea, like, what was it? It's like what's it called? Teavana? Teavana. I went to a Teavana, and, they were like, oh, here, and it was like this little, like, raspberry, hi, fellow tea lover, like this raspberry pomegranate kind of tea, and I tried it, and about, like, 30 minutes-ish later, Teavana, it was this, I don't know if they're still around, actually, but it's this, like, tea, like, chain tea place where you can get tea. I actually don't know if they're still around, but I got this, like, sort of, like, raspberry tea, and I was like, oh, well, if it's, like, a raspberry or something, maybe it'll be a little bit nicer on me, and I won't feel like, you know, crap when I drink it. And, no, that was definitely not the case. It made about, like, 30 minutes after I drank it, I had to go, throw up violently. It was not, ideal. It was not great. Ah, yeah, they make those way strong. It made me so sick. And, like, I don't, like, think that it was the caffeine, but it was definitely something in there that made me, like, really, really sick feeling. Like, I just could not. And I just wound up, being sick for the rest of the day. Like, I got so sick, and I had to go, like, immediately home. It was not a good experience, and that kind of turned me off tea forever, but I'm really glad that this store is around, because, man, has that changed my perspective, and I feel great! Like, I feel, like, super good right now. Like, I don't feel sick at all, which was my main concern, was feeling, like, really sick. Did not want to be sick. I hate being sick. I'm sick enough. I'm sick on my stomach enough that I just don't need anything else doing it. There's only so many things that are allowed to make me sick at this point, man. I just need this one solid. I just need one thing to just be really nice to me and not make me sick on my tummy. That worked out. It was good though. They have this one out there that I'm, like, looking at, called, birthday. It's your birthday, like something like that, and it's supposed to be like a birthday cakey sort of tea. And I'm a little bit curious to see how that one tastes. All things considered. I think that that's something that's on my mind as a consideration for the future, I guess. I've been learning a little bit about tea. I've also been learning a lot about wine lately. More so than I usually would have, but, you know. says maybe it's the tannins in the tea causing the problems. That might actually be it. I've noticed with some, like, really high tannin content wines, they make me feel not great either. So that's probably it, really, if I had to take a guess. Overall, I think I've been fine with it, but, you know. I want to change how these are placed back here, because it just seems like I want them to be maybe hanging a little bit instead of like sitting straight. I kind of want them to be hanging. Adjust these. I want it. There's only 3 of them. I didn't want to do. I didn't want to do like a whole set. I don't want it to take away too much from maybe instead of having them all together, you can kind of have that one be the center. down some color, and we'll do some just shading. Hi, Corb. Corbzilla? Corbzilla. Hi, Corb. I'm just gonna call you Corb. Is that okay? Corb's easy. I can say Corbzilla, but I'm just gonna wind up saying Godzilla. Actually delete my rulers because I don't need them right now. You know, it's been an adventure learning how I like tea. Been interesting. Now let's see. I'd gotten some magic particle-y stuff at some point, but I forget where exactly I've put it. I'm not gonna worry about it right now. I'll fix that later. Corbs is the most common name for streamers to call me, so I don't mind it. Then, cool, we'll call you Corbs. Unless you prefer Corbzilla, I can adjust. We're all about making sure that people feel comfortable. So let's just do a little wash of how I want the shading to be. Definitely think I want some like harsher shading through here. I want the light to be coming from that direction right there, is what I'm thinking. We're gonna have kind of a pretty dramatic, I want there to be a pretty dramatic sort of shift of this light. I want there to be some really heavy stares back at you. What are you doing, nerd? Some good art. Thank you. That was in fact the plan tonight, to make good art. To take a white, and I'm just gonna do where I think my highest of highlights should be. Kind of this edge right here. Or maybe catch the top edge of that. Yes. Through here. Who is this you're drawing? This is my character. This is Irie, for those of you who are just joining us. I explained her a little bit at the start of the stream. But this is Irie. She is a magical girl. She is my magical girl OC. She is a magical girl that has lost all her emotions. So now she's kind of this emotionless husk of a person. Her little character mascot is a sheep, little ram named Meme. Irie herself embodies this. The concept that I had for this, which is I might actually utilize this palette right here. Irie embodies this concept of being asleep, whether it be being locked in a nightmare, which is kind of what her older design is, because she lost her emotions after she grew up. It was the price she paid for being a magical girl. It's a very long story. It's from a tabletop campaign that I am currently playing in. But basically, she kind of embodies this idea of being trapped in kind of this listless state. Because while she is an emotionless person, she still experiences everything around her. And the sad part about that is, since she has no emotions, she can't really react to it. She can't experience the world in the same way that other people do. What she has to experience is this muted, sort of grayed out experience that nobody else experiences because they have emotions. She is a pink magical girl, mostly because I love pink, but also pink magical girls tend to have this really strong emotional complex to them, where they're all very Genki, high energy. Kind of like Zato from Guilty Gear. Yeah, actually! A little bit! Weird to say, but yeah. She has a very, she's a very, muted sort of character. She's somebody who's gone through life and experienced life, and she's experienced, she's experienced being able to feel those things, but she just can't feel them anymore. They're like a really distant sort of memory. It's like forgetting how to breathe. You just no longer have that, you no longer have that sort of, connection back to yourself, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I'm trying to say something specific here, but you lose that connection to yourself. And instead of being able to experience the world like you used to, which is full of, emotions and experiences and feelings, you're kind of trapped in your own skin a little bit, where you just cannot escape from that shell of being nothingness. I don't know, it's an interesting character concept for an interesting character that I really enjoy playing. She's very fun to play. So I want to keep her color scheme just a little bit muted. Kind of like growing up. Yeah, it's a lot like growing up. A lot of the themes in this campaign are concepted around what it's like to grow up and lose that sort of childhood innocence, that feeling of being an adult, but not necessarily feeling in your own skin about it, you know? The game is actually titled Inverted for that specific reason. When Irie was a lot younger, she was that genki, you know, excitable, happy-go-lucky, you know, always just ready for the next adventure sort of person. And now she's this even-toned, like, let me... Irie talks exactly like this. Her temper and tone are very monotone. She doesn't speak loudly. She doesn't raise her voice, and she doesn't leave any intonation that could be perceived as emotional. If that helps you get, like, an idea of what the characters kind of like to be around. Do you guys like my little voice acting? I've been doing a lot of that lately, actually. But Irie's a character that kind of embodies that concept of growing out of that childhood wonder and growing out of it. She also embodies a lot of, like, depression and insecurity and not knowing yourself despite being pretty sure of yourself. If that makes sense. I don't know. I could just be talking out of my butt. I really enjoy her. She's very fun to get to do. She's very fun to play. I like characters like that are kind of complex in that way. I've been playing a lot of characters lately who aren't as complex and broken down. So it's always very fun, not in like a bad way, like let me be clear, I enjoy every single one of my characters, but not all of them have a level of emotion to them that I get to do with Irie, and it's actually really unique to try and play a character who doesn't have any emotions. When most people are playing, like, she goes with the flow with everything, but not because, like, you know, she feels like it, but because, you know, there's no way not to. It's a neat little, concept that I personally have found a lot of, joy in. I would usually break up this color scheme a little bit so it's a little easier to read with her hands like this, but not how that color scheme would be laid out normally. So I'm not too awful scared of it. I'll just do where I need to. Yeah, there's a little bit about Irie. Irie is also Irie can be read as pretty sapphic, too. She has a love interest. She's a woman, now, too. I have been, harassing... I know you're in chat. You're always in chat. If you're not in chat, I'm a little bit surprised, but, Forever GM, Deep Burns, I know he's in chat somewhere. He's lurking. introduced a new character last night. Is another magical girl, and that magical girl has decided that she and Irie are going to be the bestest of friends in the, like, you know, in the they were roommates sort of way. And that's the second time it's happened. I keep getting toxic Yuri out of her, which is very, very interesting. I need it like a paler pink. Yeah. I can make that like a pale pink, and then I can make all these little ribbons this pale pink. Just make all my little boobies this kind of pale pink. Just use this to kind of break it up, and I'll use a brighter pink on the gem and stuff. He knows what he did. He knows what he's done. Not that it's a bad thing. I'm literally not complaining. I love it because it gives me an excuse to do stuff with her like that. We love a good toxic Yuri in this house, and, you know, this is the epitome of toxic Yuri, I think. At least the situation we've wound up in feels very epitome toxic Yuri. Well, there's nothing wrong with that at all. It just means that you know, we're moving along in the right direction. Trying to keep this a pretty monochrome color scheme across the board. I want everything to feel kind of blocked. Everything feels interconnected, but it feels kind of heavy at the same time. I can add some, like, really sharp contrast with the metal bits. Kind of. I'll use kind of a more saturated pink on the actual gem bits, because there are some bits that I think need the extra bit of color here. I think maybe on each of these, like, little ribbon knots, add that. Break it up like that. Then I will take and do this can, and we'll just kind of go here, here. Make this a sheer overlay. Actually, make that sheer overlay in here over the me. That'll help kind of close that off, make it feel a little more connected to everything else. Actually, see maybe what's a good tinier burn seems good. And I'm going to add kind of a darker color back here. Set apart the kind of pillowy bits here that I'm obsessed with drawing. Have you guys noticed that? I don't know why, but my favorite type of background right now are these like really soft, almost boudoir-y sort of styles, which I mean I'm not against because it looks really pretty, but you know. These I might actually make them a little bit darker since they're sitting in the back. I've been doing art myself. Nice. I am a big proponent of everyone can do art. At least, in my opinion, I think everybody can do art. I feel like we need to start encouraging more people to discover what they like about art. Real quick, just so I can kind of pick out what I'm doing color wise. I'm just going to really quickly do my usual post process. I'm gonna gradient map this. Kind of pick a color scheme that'll really make this kind of pop. I really want to do something that's maybe like a little bit more moody. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I feel like that's a lot of what I want. I'm gonna really quickly pop these in a folder. I'm gonna keep the sketch right there. Actually, I'll just do that real quick. Let me actually save. Where is my folder for TTRPG? Now comes the fun part, which is going to be line art. I'm actually going to try and do that really thin line art that I've been working with for the past little while. Just because I think that maybe that'll be like a really fun way to do it. music is very relaxing. I know, right? Thanks. I'm not sure I'm feeling this pen. I'll try a different one. Turn the stabilization. Honest with you, sis. It's been a rough day, so thanks for having me here. Of course. You know, I am of the opinion that sometimes you just need something to help your brain turn off. And if I can be that, then that's all I need. Life is rough. Times are tough right now. We're all having a little bit of a moment most of the time. So it's never a bad thing to need time to just step back and do something that makes you feel relaxed. Not quite liking this line art so far. Maybe I just need to find the right pen for it. I think I'm going to go back to the soy pen that I was using. Today for me was just fine. And that's good too. We all have different sorts of experiences. And you know what? My day was pretty good too. But, you know, my day was my own. And you know, even if you have a great day, sometimes it just helps to get to sit down and relax and zone out and not have to worry about anything in particular. Maybe you just want to watch some little pink bitch draw. In which case, like, you know, pop off. I've got this curved to work in. Like, sort of what I need there. Yeah, that's about what I want. Sometimes I have really rough days. I've been having a lot of them lately. I haven't been feeling great, like physically, and I probably need to seek a doctor. But I am lazy. And doctors are scary. I don't like going to the doctor unless I absolutely have to. But that said, I've been kind of a little bit busy with commissions and work. But, you know, those are all really good things that I'm really happy that I'm actually push this back. Yeah, I mean, life can get really tiring. I know that myself. Like, I can wind up feeling so exhausted during the day, and I think that I just need to chill out. I've been really self-indulgent lately, and I've been con prepping like nobody's business. I am so excited for the convention this year. It's not even funny. Got all my cosplays planned. I think I posted about it on Twitter. Cosplay that I'm actually the most excited about that I'm doing. You'd think it might be like Cruel, who's, you know, a cute pink little vampire. 'Cause, you know, if you've been here forever, you know. But if you're new here, hi, I am the resident vampire enthusiast. I adore Cruel, but I'm actually most excited to cosplay Beppo from One Piece. I don't know why it's tickling my brain so much, the thought of cosplaying Beppo. It's so exciting. I'm so excited to cosplay this bear. Beppo? I have a quality bear. I'm a little bit jazzed about that. But that's gonna be a fun experience. A lot of stuff going on at the convention this year that has me excited too. There's gonna be a Suda 51's gonna be in, which has me mega excited. I'm a big fan of No More Heroes, but I'm a bigger fan of Fatal Frame, and he worked on my favorite Fatal Frame game. So, definitely going to be attempting to catch that panel as best I can. Oh, I'm just excited. Okay, when Japanese illustrators do hair, they have this like really soft sort of bouncy way of doing hair, and I've just never been able to correctly figure that out. It bothers me. It's like this really like soft and fluffy, but I can never quite get it right. if I do it like this, it just looks so blocky and split and... I want this hair to... Nope, come back. Don't delete that. I want this hair to look nice. I want it to look fluffy and cute. Wondering if it's... to do that. I want this to be like minimal. Like really flowy strokes. I think it really needs to be fully connected so long as the idea is there. Maybe like that. Just don't want it to look like a... I think we're getting there. I want to keep that. Yeah. Hell yeah, water. All my homies love water. We love water in this house. Just about as much as I finally love tea. I don't think I actually have a character with those little anime girl hair events, now that I think about it. Kyrie's about the closest I think I'm gonna get. any favorite movies you've seen? I've got so many. Orb, you might be surprised to know I'm actually a massive kaiju fan. As of recently, I don't think I've seen anything totally spectacular that's like really blown my socks off. Like maybe some of the more recent Godzilla movies. But I definitely have quite a few movies that I am fond of. I still need to watch -1 and GXK. I would do it, especially if you're wanting to watch -1. -1 is incredible from what I've heard. You'd probably really enjoy it. It's a very, very good Godzilla movie. It's a very classic Godzilla movie, I think. It has a lot of those Godzilla themes from like early Godzilla movies that are like that more narrative focus on ecology and, you know, man versus progress and shit like that. So I would recommend it personally. Godzilla -1 is one of my top favorite movies. That's good taste. Godzilla -1 is very good. I think that too, I'm very oh fuck. Need to do some fixaroozies here. That's right. Erase. We're big kaiju fans in this house. I love a good kaiju movie. I love some good old-fashioned kaiju wrestling. Hey, Monday, what's up? How you doing, man? I love a good old-fashioned kaiju wrestle. I think I've really exemplified that. I think that they're just neat. I love kaiju movies. They're really cool. Jack, I read that in the same tone as that one fucking, what is it? Hello! America ya! Hello! Uploading stream VODs and using it as an excuse not to edit a video. Damn! Don't let the procrastination get you. America ya! Hello! Oh god. Tism is strong tonight, my friends. Alright. Start adding in shade here and there. Extra line width to kind of help this together. I mean, same. I haven't put out an edited video in forever. Mostly because as much as I wanted to, I just can't get myself in the mindset right now. I've got plans for, I got plans for one coming up for when I'm at the convention. I think, I'm gonna try and take some footage while I'm at the convention and maybe, make a hybrid vlog, especially audio editing. I can't even have fun with it like I do video editing. Oh, yeah, no, audio editing is so, like, it has to be just so, and don't worry, I get you, I kind of hate that too. I think that it's, a pain in my ass, and, I wish it to not be. Too much going on all at once, and I just think that's unfair. I can't handle all that. Too much. At least I can add dumb, edgy jokes with video editing. See, there you go. That's all you need. Make dumb, edgy jokes if I really wanted to. It's just, I don't think anybody would understand them really. All my dumb, edgy jokes are really fucking weird and niche. Only gonna make sense to like 3 people. That's the worst part. Now that I think about it, Monday, they'd probably make sense to you. Given what we've discussed in the past, they definitely make sense to you. It's a great edgy joke. Yeah, true. Let's try and go kind of late tonight. I kind of want to see how much of this I can finish. Let's marathon this shit. I feel like I do my best pieces when I'm just marathoning them on stream. You and I have more in common than one would think. Sorry to inform you. Don't worry. I'm aware. I've never met another person who knows about Killdozer, so, you know, feels vindicating, really. Feels like something's right with the world, you know? The Killdozer! So... was ready for obscure facts with Iris. This is gonna be an interesting one for those of you who only show up to obscure facts every once in a while. He did nothing wrong. He did a little bit wrong. How to explain Killdozer. So, Killdozer is, it was an event. Killdozer is an event. It's something that happened. He was a goddamn hero. He hurt nobody, he hurt himself. Aside from the government's wallet. You know what, that is fair. I feel like at some point in time I need to sit down and do a stream or two about some of the niche internet topics that I am familiar with. He was a victim. He was a victim. I actually can't be mad at Killdozer. He had a right to be angry. Like, personally, yeah, I get it. I understand. 100%. Can I join you for those? Monday Iris collab. Yeah. I'd be down. I'd be down to just make some videos about weird niche internet topics. I wind up, like, sometimes I'm even surprised by some of the stuff I know, where, like, I watch a lot of Wang. I watch a lot of Wang. I watch a lot of these really niche internet content people who do a lot of mostly just like weird people on the internet sort of thing. And I'm surprised about how much weird internet culture I grew, like I existed around. Wait, you mean the YouTuber? I play Otome games. There's room for interpretation. But the amount of weird internet content that I like grew up with is really strange. I grew up with a lot of internet characters that I think are nowadays considered very, Iris made me be a catboy once. Several catboys. You wore several catboys in a trench coat, and it worked, and we had a great time. Shout out to Wonderbread. Shout out to Wonderbread! Wonderbread, if... Hey, Monday. Real quick. You tell Wonderbread. You tell, Wonderbread that, I said hi. I hope he's doing okay. And, I'm not drawing Wonderbread anytime soon, but I appreciate that comment he made a while back. Good for him. I'm happy he's living his best life. I love being 2 steps away from Wonderbread guy. It's truly a unique sort of feeling. Alright, you got I didn't get contacted by him. So what happened was, him and Monday are mutuals. Or they talk a lot, and I guess somehow my commissions wound up on his radar. So he reblocked my commissions, startled the shit out of me. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, Wonderbread guy? Why is Wonderbread guy here? Why is Wonderbread guy... How does Wonderbread guy know my commissions? And then I realized that, Monday and him talk. We have an anime art Discord stream every Saturday. I have been meaning to catch them, because I know you do. I've been meaning to try and catch something, but I'm a lazy little bean, and Saturdays I work. The Legend Wonderbread guy? The Legend Wonderbread guy. How is he? Is he chill? I mean, he's okay. I haven't directly talked to him before. Everything that I know has come proxy. But he seems decent enough. You know, I will always say that I always find it very funny that he's the one person that artist decline. Eller, I am profoundly disappointed. Because of this, I am gonna whip up a huge pot of bacon grease and I'm gonna heat it. Wonderful. I'm so glad that this could be like cereal. You gonna put anything in it, or is it just gonna be hot bacon grease? Because I feel like he'd benefit from some additional something additional in there. I don't know, you put some croutons in there, act like it is cereal. But yeah, my niche internet knowledge is astounding. It's just, I'm gonna be real with you. The VTuber sphere is not quite the place that you'd think for knowledge like that. You know, his favorite food is bacon. I love bacon. I actually do like when here's a little trying to start a movement. Bacon grease should be the next big dipping sauce. You know, the weird thing is I can't like disagree with it because I love bacon, but you know. When I was little, actually, I had a severe fixation on bacon. Like, bacon is like one of those things that if I'm like sick, one of the ways you can tell is you can be like, Iris, do you want bacon? And if the answer is no, I'm probably really sick. 'Cause then it just means that I just have no appetite. But this is kind of gross, actually, now that I think about it. I would, when I was really little, I would go and, I wound up where I would store bacon in my cheeks, like my like a little chipmunk, and, somebody would turn around, they'd be like, Iris, what do you have? And I'd be like chewing on bacon like several hours after we'd eat. I'd be like, bacon? Like a chipmunk storing food for winter? It's definitely the strangest thing that one of the stranger things that I've done in my time. It is certainly something that I have done. Want to talk about stuff like that. I mean, we had that entire stream where I just sat there and... Look, Iris, who hurt you? Nobody hurt me. I was just built like that. God just made me weird as a joke, I think. I just really liked bacon. I didn't want to... I wanted to savor it throughout the day. Like God's nastiest chipmunk. I just wanted to savor it throughout the day. I didn't want to like just have it for breakfast. And I very frequently just make bacon for like sandwiches, or you know, if I'm making a meal, sometimes I'll just include bacon in it for the shits and giggles of it. Built different. Simply built different. See, that's the truth. I am just simply built different. You know, you guys might see it as a little strange, but I see it as I'm built better. I say as I can't eat bread. I'm loving this line art right now, actually. Hold up. Let me actually save for disaster strikes. I feel disaster coming in hot, and I just don't want to deal with it. But yeah, like I said, yeah, Monday, if you want to, like, I don't know, sit down and discuss weird niche internet topics, I am totally down. I'm like, I was on, one thing about me is I was on Tumblr when Tumblr was in its infancy. I was like an OG Tumblr user, like OG. Sounds good. Hell yeah. So I wound up experiencing a lot of the weird shit that went down on Tumblr. My voice is also very scratchy, if you can't tell. I've been not great. BTW, you have to do something dumb I made a while ago. Oh, hold on. Was on... Oh, it's on Twitter. Hold on. Let me see. What is this? Hold on. Let me see this. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to listen. I'll look at it after stream. Oh man. Yeah, no. Killdozer, am I right? There's a lot of stuff that I want to do. I want to talk about a lot of niche content. I'd love to start doing more focused content, I guess. If that makes sense. I really want to start doing more like horror deep dives. I'd love to do a deep dive into something like Love Rose. AI music. I think that there are practical ways to use AI. I don't think for the arts there's like much of a practical way. I'll check this out anyways. But for the most part, when it comes down to it, one thing that I've always been kind of a proponent for when it comes to like AI stuff is I feel like AI is much better used in, I guess, in like a practical setting. I don't know. I feel like too we kind of overlook a lot of the gray area with AI where, you know, I personally think that AI art is garbage. That's because, you know, I'm a artist. I obviously support a lot of artists. I know you do. Trust me, there hasn't been a time where some of us have touched AI in some regard. AI is unfortunately a facet of our modern life that we can't, like, escape from. Like, we are unfortunately at a point in time in the system that we're in where we're just gonna run into AI regardless of where we go. And that's an unfortunate fact. I think AI is really useful in like medical like sense. I'm watching it right now. Yeah, I've seen them. I know a comic writer that's been using it to help visualize what they want their art to be. And I mean, there are practical uses for it. And I think that there can be... I know Clip Studio here has implemented specific AI structures in it that I haven't played with it at all. But these like structures that help benefit artists in specific ways. I forget what all it does. But there are actually some benign implications. I feel like as long as it's... I feel like the big thing is ethical sourcing. When we ethically source our data is when, you know, things get a lot better. Obviously, you know, a lot of AI, like Midjourney, stuff like that, it's scraped. Which means that you don't have the actual permissions to do what you're doing. It kind of takes, and it is theft in its own right. But when you ethically source the data that you're using, I feel like that changes the game a little bit. And that's why I'm like pretty down to clown with what Clip Studio has done, because Clip Studio has done what they've done with an ethically sourced data set that's really really interesting to me at the very least. We have a responsibility, I think, as creators to, and especially creators who are anti-AI art, to take the time to actually know what we're talking about. I have no sympathy for AI art. It pretty much just always looks like garbage. It's so difficult, and I've gotten really good at like being able to pinpoint it when I see it. But it's so difficult to make it like look good. It's so difficult to even consider it to look good that I don't think we're ever gonna get to that point where AI overtakes real, honest to God art. I'm going to sleep. Good night. You're not wrong, but it annoys me when people completely write it off as bad. I feel like there are practical uses, just as there is for any technology. I think that I personally don't want my art used in AI because, you know, it's not mine. At that point, it just becomes taking my hard work. But if, you know, there was a time when my art could be ethically sourced and, you know, my techniques could be used as a helpful tool for other people to start learning and processing, but I feel like that's a little bit different. It all comes down to the ethics of what you're doing. If you are actively scraping and finding the material that you're using and only using it to your own advantage without actively taking the time to sit down, work, and put in an effort, it's, you know, EBH being completely anti-AI, that makes sense to me. Most of the medical perspective, it's grown a lot there. The medical AI is insane. As somebody who is chronically ill and who grew up with a lot of struggles, I kind of wish the medical advancements that we have now through AI had been around when I was a lot younger. I feel like that would have made my life much, much simpler. We have I think the main takeaway is we have a responsibility as creators to understand the things we don't like about something and understand how to combat that and understand the way to kind of make a compelling argument against it. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I don't know if I made any sense there, but you know. I'm personally anti-AI for the fact that I just don't think it's something that I ever want to see my art be. I never want to see, and I get really sad when I see like people who truly have talent and they throw it away by focusing on AI art and using it as kind of this crutch that very much limits them. I think that everybody can learn how to draw. I think that everybody has the capability and ability to learn and consider their talents and understand the way forward to expand their horizons. And I feel like it's really limiting if they refuse to do that and instead decide to take an easy route. Because that is what it is. AI is an easy route. AI is not difficult. Plugging stuff into a prompt is not difficult. It is an easy route that limits people's creativity and stops them from being at all what they could be. And I think that's the thing that pisses me off the most. There are so many people out there who could be really talented artists and obviously have an eye for it, but their use of AI only makes things worse. Dude, Shadworst is so fucking funny. He's so... yeah, no, it's bad. I've seen the posts myself. Not great. Definitely not great. I am of the opinion that he sucks at most art, but you know, sure. Yeah. Let me spread positivity here, though. My main takeaway here is I think that when it comes down to it, we have a responsibility to both understand why what's happening is happening, but we also have to have an understanding of where we're going. Also not intelligence. Advanced gathering program. It's hyper. Exactly. It is. It is just hyper Google. It's hyper Google if Google had free reign on Photoshop. It's not intelligence in the way that you think it is. It's literally just what it thinks you want. And that's really it. It's one big algorithm, really. And I think that's something that some people tend to forget, is that a lot of AI is just that. It's algorithms. It wants to find the things that it thinks you or your specific prompt want. Intelligence is a very broad term, and, you know, I think that people often take that into consideration. I think the closest thing we have to intelligence may be something like ChatGPT, but even then, I feel like ChatGPT is still in that hyper Google state, where it's just this big conglomerate of data without an actual, like, painting point. Fuck the algorithm, fuck the numbers, do what makes you happy. Someone who has studied in AI is not close to taking over. It's actually very dumb. It's very dumb. It's so stupid. AI is so dumb. It's not at all anywhere close to what people think it is. I know a lot of people who are like, AI is gonna take over the world, and, you know, we're gonna get enslaved by robots. I don't think so. At least not anytime soon. Humans are still so advanced. Yeah, it gives you false information because it doesn't know. Humans are so advanced as, like, how do I put it? It doesn't know, doesn't learn, it just runs programs. Exactly. How to do something, download videos, you play to right click and download. And yeah. The main takeaway is, we are nowhere near a point in time where AI could even begin, I think, to be considered a danger to humanity or to, you know, livelihoods in the same way that, you know, automation was. Because I feel like automation, I think people like to compare the two a good bit when it comes down to it, when they're, like, talking about it, because they're like, oh, well, automation did this, this, and this, but I don't think it's that comparable. We're nowhere near this becoming something that will just destroy, take over everything. It is a new technology. It's a new toy for businesses and for, you know, people to play around with, and play around with it poorly, they do. But there are practical uses in some cases. I remember way back when. It's pretty similar right now. I think ChatGPT is pretty similar, and it reminds me a lot of Cleverbot. I don't know if anybody else was chronically online in the time that I'm thinking of, but there was a point in time where the big craze on the internet was chatbots, and the biggest chatbot that I think did Cleverbot? Yeah, did Cleverbot actually? I don't know if it actually finished its Turing test. So in 2011, Cleverbot actually passed the Turing test, and for those of you who don't know, the Turing test is this, like, hyper-specific test to show whether or not a machine can exhibit human intelligence in some form. Now, Cleverbot is a chatbot And it has this, it's a very unique sort of one. The Turing game sucks, and that's why Cleverbot passed it, 'cause Cleverbot sucks. Cleverbot is so easy to confuse. But back then, that was like the big thing, right? Everybody was so freaking out about the fact that Cleverbot passed the Turing test. Even though the Turing test isn't exactly like the hardest thing to beat, I'd argue most modern algorithms could probably beat it in like no issues. Because Cleverbot beat it back in 2011, so you know it can't be that difficult. But we wound up having a good amount of people who saw that and were like, "Oh my god, you know, Cleverbot's sentient." Cleverbot wasn't sentient. Cleverbot just passed a test that knew that it showed that it could recall data, essentially. So that's it. It is a game of recalling data. But it's kind of the same principle, right? You run into these programs and these newfangled technologies, and people will take them as a gospel and be like, "Oh my god, yeah, you can pass it with tree-like decisions." It's a very simple, test. I think most programs nowadays can probably pass it. It's an old, outdated test, but at the time it was used as like this litmus test, right? And everybody freaked the fuck out because we were like, "Oh my god, no, Cleverbot's sentient." Cleverbot is not sentient. I'm 99% sure. But I mean, Cleverbot was interesting in its own way. I feel like Cleverbot had an interesting impact on pop culture in itself. Me too! I love AI transhumanism. I wonder if Iris could pass the test. You know, I'm not going to acknowledge that with an answer, but I'd like to think that I could pass the Turing test. We were actually talking about that the other night on a stream. I think AI and transhumanism being a unique theme to modern horror is something that I'm, like, particularly interested in. I was gonna say, I think that there was an interesting thing that came out way back when the baby internet was doing its baby internet thing. How many of you have read or seen the creepypasta Ben Drowned? I'd like to make a video of it at some point. I need to go through more games and movies. You should. Have you ever seen Ben Drowned? Seen a video on it of somebody narrating it, or otherwise experienced the seminal creepypasta experience. I feel like it's been a lot of people. How the math of a lot of AI works is interesting. A lot of math in their computers and cells. And I'm talking even Enigma machines. Enigma machines are so cool, though. So one thing about Cleverbot way back when, and this is for anybody who might not be privy to why I'm bringing this up, because it's a hyper-specific sort of niche internet thing that's only really like a thing for people who are really into creepypastas at that time. One of the things that people freaked out about was this ghost in the machine sort of idea, and it came about with Cleverbot pretty frequently because Cleverbot was often used as a vehicle for people to do creepypasta shit. And one of the most common creepypasta things that I would see come up was Ben Drowned. And here's the reason why. I guarantee you right now, you could go into Cleverbot and you could type Ben Drowned and you'd probably get some sort of spooky dooky answer. That's because Cleverbot was trained by a bunch of weird 13-year-olds on the internet in the early 2010s to recognize that phrase as creepy, and so it started doing creepy things. It learned more about, it collected the data, I hesitate to say learn, but it would collect the data of the, of what that meant, and then it stored that data, and now every time you type that into Cleverbot, you experience some sort of spooky booky thing. It was a pretty common phenomenon, and, I wound up seeing it a lot growing up, where people would, do that for, like, the shits and giggles of it, or, I also grew up in an age where chainmail was pretty common, so, you had, like, spooky chainmail, like, Bloody Mary chainmail, or Jeff the Killer, or Smile Dog, pass this on to so many people or you're cursed and you're gonna die in a few days. Shit like that. That is, in and of itself, the essence of a bygone internet culture. And in some ways, we still see it today. I'd argue with the amount of spooky shit that we see with AI, it's gonna lead to some sort of renaissance with those concepts. Now, of course, I could be talking out of my ass, but, time is a circle and all that. And I just genuinely think that we are overdue for a new wave of internet horror. Now, we've had a lot recently of internet horror that has to do with... I've noticed a lot of themes in recent years of body horror, really focusing on things like body dysmorphia, which I think is 10 out of 10. Love that. Very gender. Exceedingly gender of you. But I've also noticed that, we've been focusing on this idea of this early 2000s, late 90s, early 2000s style horror. Analog horror has been a very prominent thing in recent years. And while I love analog horror, I really want to see something new. I think analog horror was just brought about when the classic ARG started to die away. Bugsnax has great subdued body horror. I need to play Bugsnax so bad. It looks like so much fun. I'm just lazy, and I haven't had the chance to buy or play it. But it looks like fun. It looks interesting. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, we're in an age, in an era where we really don't get the same experience from our horror anymore. The days of marble hornets are over. Long live the king, but Which, that said, man, I wish we could have a reemergence of Slender series. There's something so innately chilling about the way that marble hornets existed. And I think that that's, like, really cool. I had the absolute pleasure of being somebody who watched all of Marble Hornets as it was coming out, which I guess probably altered my brain chemistry because I still think about it to this day. But I genuinely think that I would love to see what we could do with modern SFX and FX in making a Slender series again. That would be something that I would personally be really interested in seeing. I think I'm just nostalgic for old internet. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm very nostalgic for older internet content. I still need to finish doing a live read of Ted the Caver at some point, which is, you know, the first creepypasta. It's a requirement, it's required reading. I feel like there's a bunch of different required reading for creepypastas. I personally always recommend people some of the dumbest creepypastas just because I think that they're really funny. I really like recommending people stuff like Happy Happy because, you know, that I think that's like legitimately one of the dumbest creepypastas there is. But it was one of those ones that like actually legitimately freaked me out a little bit when I was younger. You guys like it when I yap about old internet content? This is entertaining. I am a sucker for just old stuff. I think that we could do for a return. I've been seeing a resurgence of a lot of tropes that, you know, I personally think are really interesting. That, you know, that's me. And I'm weird. I've seen a lot of return of that, like, really sketchy art style that came along with the like, scene crowd. I don't know if anybody else knows what I'm talking about, but that, like, it's that, like, oh gosh. It's that style of art that's, like, vaguely, it's really sketchy with this, like, I keep talking about, like, really niche art styles today, I'm so sorry. Like, I feel like you can actually draw it real quick. So, like, you've got, like, a fucking, like, a sketchy head, you know, and then you got your little sketchy eyes. Maybe you've got some, like, little sketchy eyelashes, and you got this, like, really, like, I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know if anybody understands what I'm saying, but, you know. That, like, old school scene style has been making a really neat art reemergence lately, and I've been here for it because that's just cool. We're really lacking on having art styles that I personally view as just really unique. So having that be a style that's, like, returning to the world's healing. It's really nice. Oh, I get it. Some of my favorite artists have sketchy, rough styles. It feels refreshing. It really does. I don't think I am confident enough in my shape work to personally ever do something like that. But I think that the people who are able to do that are so good that it's insane. Like, they clearly have a mastery over their own style, and they have an idea of confidence in what they want to do that I personally just think is incredible. It's something that I don't think I would be able to do for myself. Because I feel like I have to have everything just so, or I'll go insane. Alright, so, here. mainly just using these as like a guide to help me lay these out. I know my stupid ass is not going to be able to do it normally. I think that we are at a point in time, at least in internet culture, where we're due for another good spooky reset, if that makes sense. I have no idea if it does make sense, but it makes sense in my head. So I'm gonna keep saying it. We're due for a redo, I think. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm failing miserably at it. Cultural reset. How about that? I feel like that maybe sounds a little bit closer to what I'm saying. Past my bedtime right now, actually. I mean, it's fine. We might actually finish this up tomorrow. Hold on for the rest of this. chains by hand just... I hate it. I'm doing it to myself. I am nothing if not an assistant masochist. Try and uninstall Riot. Why'd you have Riot games downloaded to begin with? Playing League? If so, I'm so sorry for your loss, but I've seen too many friendships ended over League to ever consider playing it. I've ever really enjoyed has been Pokemon Unite and Smite sometimes. You see, I'm not like an FPS sort of player, so maybe I just don't understand the need to play Valo and all these other team shooters. I used to play Overwatch. I wasn't a good Overwatch player. I was like high gold, which is, middling at best. But, I was still an Overwatch player, and I think I hit a point in time where I was just like, I think I'm just done with team-based shooters. Fortnite was a free dumb game. The Val is too serious and not fun. Yeah, that's fair. I have a chain brush, and I know I do, but I am just entirely too freaking lazy to bother getting it out right now. So much easier. Requires so much less effort. I'm insane, actually. This took up so much time. This piece to look really good though. What else here? Nothing. Takes up so much goddamn space. Too much salt in most team FPS games. Play them with friends, but no randoms to say. I think the only game that I can really play with other people that's not friends is MMOs. That's why I play so much
critically acclaimed MMO Final Fantasy XIV.
But, you know, I'm of the opinion that most team-based games kind of suck unless you have the right people to play with. My brother really wants me to try 14. Try 14! I mean, honestly, there's no reason not to. 14 is free up until 70. You get, you know, all this extra goodies. You basically get 2 free expansions. And if I'm being completely honest with you, if you don't like it by the time you get into Heaven's Word, it might not be for you. But I also think that you'll probably wind up finding something to enjoy about it. 14 is one of those games where, regardless of what you do in it, you'll find something you like. If you're like me, you like some of the social aspects of the game a little bit more than, you know, you do content. Even though I'm trying really hard to learn how to do more serious content. Very casual friendly. If you enjoy playing games by yourself, there is an option for you to play pretty much almost entirely solo using the duty, using the trust system. Yeah, a little bit of everything. It's honestly just a really good game. I say that as somebody who's played a ton of MMOs. Try because I don't have time. Fuck it. Let me put it to you like this. I haven't logged on to 14 in a few days, but I'm gonna log back on here soon. Probably sometime tomorrow. And I'm going to wind up just running a daily or two, not worrying too much about it, and going about my day. Maybe running into some other players that I spend a lot of time around. And honestly, if that's all I do, then I've had a busy time in game. Now, obviously, if you're playing in, like, for, like, high-level content, you're going to be doing a lot more than somebody like me. But I am very much just a, like, really casual player, and I'm gonna be real with you. The amount of times that I log in to 14 a week is, like, less than 10. Like, I could probably count it on one hand. It's one of those games that you can pick up and put down. There's no stress to do more than you're comfortable with. And more than time allows. Good thing about 14 is it does, in fact, allow you to take your time. It's very good about allowing you to take your time. It wants you to take your time. This is coming from somebody who played WoW, who's played 1,000,001 Korean MMOs. 14's probably the most enjoyable MMO experience that I've ever had. It is an MMO without the unfortunateness of being an MMO. It knows what it's doing, it knows what its plan is, and it sticks with it. Actually, hold on, I have an idea for this. It's MMO minus the MMO hassle, I think is probably a better way to put it. I'm about to do what I call a gamer move. All that edge work by hand. I am not destroying myself for that. I know that's gonna take forever, and I don't want it to take forever. So it will not be taking forever, I've decided. If you're looking for an MMO to maybe pick up, 14 is never a bad option. 14 has so much to do in it, and there's so much in it that is free to play, that it is just a solid all-around option for anybody really looking to get into a new MMO. Community's super welcoming too. They are very, very kind. They're very, very sweet. They love to take care of new players. Sprouts are beloved and cherished, and if I'm being completely real with you, protected at all costs, really. People make sure Sprouts get through their cutscenes okay. People are pretty kind to them all around. Very often they will, people will give Sprouts little treats. I know I'm guilty of it too, where I'll just give a Sprout like a fresh emote or, you know, some sort of goodie to make them feel welcome. My favorite thing to give out is give people the break fast emote / bread emote. Now that's an emote that I think everybody should have. It's just so good. I really want to finish this line art tonight, but I'm fucking tired. It's 1:30 in the morning. almost 1:30 in the morning. I'm at the point where I think I'm almost done for the night. East Coast nice, yeah. Oh gosh. Let me take my meds real quick. Let me take my medicine, and I think I'm probably headed out. Okay. Can I push myself to go until 2 a.m.? I want to do that because I've got shit I've got to do tomorrow. No, not particularly. I don't want to do that, but... You need to go eat, go eat. I want to go eat, but I don't want to lose my mojo. You know when you get like really into the groove with something and you're like, oh, I want to keep going, but oh no, I have to do XYZ where I'm at right now, and I really don't want to stop, but I want to go to bed. I know once I stop this, I need to go back to doing my regular comms for just a bit. Boo hiss. Yeah, I'm gonna do the same soon. This might be tomorrow's stream too. tomorrow's stream too. Ooh, hiss. Okay. I know, I need to go to bed. Got a lot done though, I think. Today. And tomorrow I'll work more on some commissions during the day, and then maybe later in the day we'll do a another art stream, another this. It is Betty Bye time, and Ippy time, and my brain is mush. These lines are killing it, you know? It's fine. It's looking great. Love you too, bud, and yeah, thank you. Happy everybody can come by and enjoy. And I will be scooting on off, scooting bootin'. I'ma go get in some pajamas since I'm still in my work clothes from today. Not like work clothes, but I went out today. Night! Everybody be good. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.